Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Obsessive Compulsive Gaming. I am the Obsessive Compulsive Gamer, and this is my review for Manhunt. So, dear viewers, this particular video game originally released all the way back in 2003. A year I remember fondly as the year I played a hell of a lot of video games. And I know exactly what you're thinking, dear viewer. OCG, you oh so talented chap, who occasionally likes to dress up in a hockey mask and an apron and cook a nutritional, delicious meal. What the hell is this game? And I'm so glad you asked, dear viewer. Manhunt, also known as Serial Killer Simulator 2003, is essentially a stealth, horror, snuff movie type video game in which we play as a character called James Earl Cash, magnificent name, who is forced to participate in a series of snuff films by killing criminal gang members sent to hunt him down on camera. And this game came to us. Came to us? No, I'm sure it's comes to us. Although maybe it's came to us. Whatever, this game was made by Rockstar, those oh so talented chaps who also made the Grand Theft Auto video games, Max Payne, Bully, Red Dead Redemption, you know, all that oh so popular stuff that people still love to this day. I'm still wondering if we'll ever get Grand Theft Auto 6, but that's a topic for another time. So let's try and review this oh so violent video game the only way I know how, badly. While I'm not the biggest fan of stealth-focused video games, there's just something about this one. I don't know what it is. Maybe because it appeals to all my very particular kinks like ultra-violence and killing pixelated video game characters with plastic bags. And don't worry, dear viewers, I'm sure our character recycles said plastic bags after using them. After he washes the blood off them anyway. I've never been one to link video game violence with real-life crimes. So I take this game for absolutely what it is. A very dark, violent, some might say ultra-violent video game aimed at adults. If you let your children play video games like this, then that's completely on you, sir and or madam and or same-sex couple. Is it going to turn them into the next Jeffrey Dahmer? No, I don't think so. But just in case, maybe hide the plastic bags, and the knives, and the sickles, and the chainsaws. Mustn't forget the chainsaws. So in this game, you'll move through stages, mostly sneaking up on criminals and gang members and weirdos in masks, and you'll take them out in particularly gruesome fashion, all to appease this game's antagonist, voiced absolutely marvelously by Brian Cox. No, not the space guy, the other Brian Cox. The actor, who not only features in a video game called Manhunt, but was also in a movie called Manhunter. Who'd have thought? Anyway, he's a great villain. And if, like me, you're not the biggest fan of stealth gameplay, well, don't you worry, dear viewers. You'll get to use firearms eventually. Granted, you do have to sort of suffer through a kind of slow beginning. This definitely isn't the shortest game in the world, unless you're particularly good at this game, which I absolutely am not. But the action does pick up as the game goes along, culminating in an absolutely bloody climax when you get a hold of that chainsaw I was talking about earlier. But seriously, hide the chainsaws. I mean, I'm being very serious when I say that. Don't leave chainsaws lying around. Hide them from the little bastards. Anyway, I also find the story to be rather cinematic in a way. Starting off with a very simple premise of a convict who's supposedly been put to death, but instead is recruited by this evil bastard to participate in the snuff movie thingamajigs. There's also a reporter who's investigating the evil bastards. There's a betrayal that happens at some point in the game. And then Cash goes into business for himself. I think that's the term. Is that the term, Bertram? Never mind. We'll just say that that's the term. So it's a snuff movie, little bit of investigation, culminating in bloody revenge. Very entertaining. And I think that's how you have to take this video game, dear viewer. Do not be put off by the violence and the fact that you're killing people with plastic bags and all that hullabaloo. This is a video game. We're allowed to do shit like this in a video game and not even feel guilty about it. So just sit back and enjoy, particularly if you're a Rockstar fan and for some bizarre reason haven't played this video game. Unless you're a child, don't play this game. Seriously, Mom, Dad, hide that chainsaw. I told you earlier, make sure it's hidden. Well hidden. Don't just put it under the little bastard's bed. That's the first place he'll look. Of course, if you absolutely despise stealth video games, like I do on occasion, this might not be the best game for you. But give it a try anyway. Hell, it's available on the PlayStation 4, and the PlayStation 3, and the PlayStation 2, of course, and the Xbox, and all those other inferior consoles to the PlayStation. And if you like this game, hell, there's a sequel that you can then go and play. And maybe I'll talk about that one on the channel at some point. Also, word of warning, there are cheats in this game which you might wish to take advantage of. And they are pretty splendid and do make the game substantially easier, and some might say more fun, because after all, who doesn't play Grand Theft Auto 3 and instantly turn the cheats on? I know I do. But if you're going to try and use said cheats, this game makes it so you have to finish the game for the first time before you're even allowed to use the cheats, so bear that in mind. But I have absolutely no hesitation in declaring that Manhunt isn't going to make you kill people. It's just a bloody video game. But seriously, hide the chainsaw. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, another review by yours truly. If you enjoyed this little review of mine, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't enjoyed it, well then feel free to give me a thumbs down. But please remember the single most important thing I always tell you, dear viewer, and that is to always stay obsessed with gaming. Are you still here? Oh, you must have really enjoyed this video then. In that case, you had better subscribe to the channel and check out our other content. Otherwise, you're a booby pants, and no one wants to be a booby pants.